And also to everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and again, a lot of friendly and familiar faces. Okay, so yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm also here representing Doreen Bogdan-Martin, who's the director of the Telecommunication Development Bureau of the ITU, who could not make it, so she asked me to join. But I also had the privilege to contribute very minimally to Tim's brainstorming sessions, the mind mapping sessions. So like Srinivas, I would like to also take the context of a user. It's extremely timely on this report to come out because we are doing a lot of initiatives on connectivity, on school connectivity, and I'll talk about the Giga initiative in a moment. And these nuances and the details and the way the report is structured, and especially the guidance notes, I can see being very useful. And I've already invited Tim to present the key findings of the report to our next Giga team meeting, where I think this will all be very helpful. So let me just say a brief word on Giga, and Tim and I have had discussions about this, about what Giga is trying to do. And some of you have heard about this, maybe perhaps already. Giga is an initiative we launched with UNICEF a year ago. The mission is to connect every school to the internet and every young person to information, opportunity, and choice. The real focus though is the connectivity, because by default, UNICEF, everyone knows UNICEF, and I'm sure there are UNICEF colleagues on this call. Our partner, besides the core team of UNICEF, is UNICEF Education. And they bring a lot of the elements that are related to making sure that the right skills for the teachers are in place, that the right content is there. And we rely on them as well as other partners. And I should also mention, of course, UNESCO, lots of other organizations who are becoming part of the Giga family. But Giga itself, you know, we sort of looked at the whole puzzle, and many of you have been in this area for many years. So I don't want to sound naive in saying this, but we sort of believe with Giga that giving connectivity at scale to every school with sufficient bandwidth and backhaul so they can actually deliver the content and the quality education experience, not just to the school environment, but also because of how fast technologies are evolving, be a focal point to also serve the community with all the different technology options, not to forget satellites and all the new technologies developing because of satellites, that we're now ready to do it as a global community. We're ready to do it also because of the innovations in financing, the interest in a lot of new donors, investors, financiers to get involved with infrastructure investing. So part of Giga really is fundamentally about how can we create the right structures, the incentives to bring in new actors, new investors, working with governments and to connect every school to the internet. So I said not to appear naive to say this because of course we need to at the same time make sure that the network is being done in accordance to the overall objectives of the education, of the country's education strategy. We have to be doing this in full partnership with the government. We have to make sure that in doing this that we're creating a secure environment, creating an environment that's safe for children. And so a lot of these little side notes are part of the collaboration opportunities, we call that, when we talk to governments on Giga, where we're currently active now in 13 countries, plus the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, which is 9 smaller countries. And we plan to continue growing the program. So I would just maybe end by reflecting back on the practicality of the report in particular, which goes deeper on some of these themes that Giga also talks about. But also in particular, I'll just mention again, I love the guidance notes because they really take a particular issue, something very readable, and it's a great opportunity to use that for dialogue with the country as we progress in our work. So thank you to EdTech and Tim and the team for sharing the report, and very honored that we're here to help with the launch of the report. Thank you very much.